Hi guys, Andy here from the Art of Bonsai. Last year I showed you my silver birch tree. I got this as a sapling from the Woodland Trust, and literally I bought this last year this time of year, September, October or September, and it was just one tree like that. It was one branch like that. So what I did with it is I kept it indoors, and I was expecting it to obviously lose its leaves and want to winter, but it didn't. It stayed fully leaved all winter last year, and now we're in September. It's had a whole year. I put it on a branch, like a Tanuki style branch or twig, whatever you want to call it, and I've wrapped it around that, and it's really got some girth there. It's got at least a centimetre there on the trunk. It's really grown up. You can see all the branches that have sprung up this year. I've still got the top. This is the top part. I didn't want to chop the top because obviously, notoriously with silver birch, if you chop the head off when it's too young, it will just die. So I left the top, which is, it didn't grow that well this year because obviously everything else took over, but it's still there. So, but now I think we're just about there to give it its first proper trim. So as you can see, it's really quite high on some parts, but obviously I don't want to keep all these. Some of these are going to have to go. I still want to keep this top, I think. I don't want to let this top go. So what I'm going to do is chop down the bigger parts and get rid of the ones that I don't want, like this one here. It's just not doing anything. It's just going straight up. And these ones here, they serve their purpose today to thicken the trunk and possibly give it a bit of an abari. So they can be chopped. I think I'm going to keep this one here for now, because I quite like that one. And possibly these two here, but I'll trim them down. And like I say, we're going to keep the top, because then the top becomes the top again, because it will be the highest out of the lot, and hopefully in the springtime it will come back with some vigor at the top, and we'll get this top going as well. But yeah, here's my silver birch. Also last year I showed you my dawn redwood tree, what I mistakenly called a giant sequoia, which I was informed by people on YouTube that, hey, that's a dawn redwood, which I apologise for. But my dawn redwood's downstairs and in the front garden, and it had a bit of a hard year. It lost all of its lower leaves, all of its lower branches, and it's just got the top part. It's very thin and spindly and tall. So I'm going to leave it another year, see if it bounces back next year, and I'll show you that one. I'll show you that one anyway now. I don't know whether you've seen, but I've made some new pots, and hopefully you can go over and have a look at my other little videos, and it shows you how to make some crazy mad bonsai pots. Just something that is, I'm never going to be a master potter. I'm never going to be that, but I like to have fun with my bonsai pots, and I think they're quite fun, very unusual, and just a bit of fun really. So take a look. You might like them, you might not. Right, so let's get to chopping this tree, eh? So, obviously clean snips. I'm just going to walk you through this. As you can see in there, if you can see past the wood, we've got some branches in there that I'm going to have to try and get to, because although they're nice, they're only there for one purpose really, and they're getting a bit thick and taking away the growth elsewhere. So let's get in there as far as I can, and we'll chop that one off. Chop that one. And we'll chop that one. So I haven't got any a pair of indented snips to do this, so I'm gonna roughly cut it. I'm gonna leave a bit on this one because silver birch have a tendency to die back, and I don't think they'll be too bad, but I want to give it a little bit of wiggle room just in case I want this branch back. There's a little bud down here, so if I chop it like that, I can see how much it's grown. All those little shoots coming off. So I'm going to keep these two, and we'll trim them down in a minute. We can I might leave that one, but I'll get rid of this one here. Get rid of that. Yeah, I'll keep this one, I think, because I may want that branch to come and swing down. You never know. Don't want to ruin it. So as you can see, we've got the trunk coming out, following the dead piece of dead wood, and we've got a nice little wavy one there that I've tied down and created. So these two here I want to keep. But there's one in the middle there that's just shooting straight up and doesn't really look all that, so we're just going to take that down. I should get my concave snips and do that better. So we're going to keep the top. I'm not going to actually trim the top at all. I want to keep that as it is. So there's a node coming out there, and there's a leaf there, and a node going that way. I'm gonna chop that there. And I'm gonna bring this one down to a double shoot here. And I think I might wire this one out a bit. I think I'm going to wire that. And this one here has to come down quite a bit. But I could also chain that down there. What do you think on that? if I was to take the bottom leaves off and actually cradle the top, that might be an idea there. So look, can you see? Might be an idea to actually wire it around a piece of driftwood and up, or like that. Yeah, that's a definite possibility, but as they say in bonsai, never have it crossing. So that's something I'm going to look at, I think, over the winter. But I am going to chop that down now, like I say, because I want the vigor going back to the top a little bit. So if we chop this down to about here. That wasn't a very good chop, was it? There we go. And we can do something with that. Put that in another position. This can come out here. So there you go, there's the silver birch. They actually get quite tight very soon. So I'll have to be very careful when I wire this. As you can see, I just wired it with the pot really this year. So there's no scar marks anywhere, and yeah, it's looking good. Yeah, I think this is looking good, this silver birch. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in, and like I say, have a look at my other videos. They're just a bit of fun, so I thought I'd do another video on this. This one is my silver birch, so fast becoming one of my favourites. I'm going to make another one soon on my larch trees. I think I bought 10 larch trees last year, and they all really grew up this year, and I've chopped back one already because I want a full more upright on it, but it did grow quite a bit. So watch out for the next video coming up. Cheers guys, ta.